How's it going, everybody? I'm out here with my boy Chris Flores. We're going to do some artificial flatheading with some float tubes. What do you think, Chris?
I'm ready, man. It's something brand new to me, so.
Okay, what are you starting off here with? Some good looking braid here.
Yeah, it's a 65 pound.
65 pound braid. First step we're going to do is a Palomar knot on this swivel. That energy drink's got me shaking a little bit. Everybody knows the Palomar.
Yeah.
Take the loop, go around there. Wet it good, of course. Cinch that baby down. Cut off that excess. So now you got a barrel swivel tied on there. All right. I love the braid to mono leader combo. Braid has no stretch, it's strong as hell. This gives you a little bit of shock absorption with your mono. We're using 40 pound Andy premium mono. I was using 30, but I've had some big fish break off my 30. I learned to go to 40. So you cut you off about a 3-foot section of that. You hold those clippers for me. Now, you could have gone ahead and did a Palomar and already had this on there and did another Palomar, but this knot I use for my leader. I go through once. Man, that energy drink's got me going. Go through twice. See that little loop right there?
Yeah.
You just keep that pinched. You take that tag in and go around your main. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And then you just take the back side of that and go back through those 2 circles. Get that to where it's going to start to go. Wet it, of course. Cinches right up on there. Rarely have I had that knot break on me. If anything breaks, it's going to be the jigs down here.
Alright.
And clippers. Alright, so there's our swivel to leader, and now we're going to tie on a couple of jigs. You got one of those jigs I gave you?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So we're just going to Palomar this big jig with the it's got the brush guard on it. You want your bottom one pretty snag free. Just going to Palomar this on. Around we go. That good and cinched. Lost my tag in. Of course, I have problems with my Palomar. There we go. Okay. Now we go with jig number 2. Let me get my jig box here.
Looks pretty interesting, something I've never done before. Targeting catfish with artificial lures. How long you been doing this, Keith?
10, 12 years now. Okay, this is one of my favorite little jigs. It's small enough to catch about any species, but try to bend that thing out, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
It's powerful. It's compact. There's a lot of jigs out there that are bigger than this, but you can spin the hook straight back with your hands. This is a powerful, compact, strong little jig. And you can use that weed guard on there, but I like to snip that off because I want that extra gap to, because a lot of times they'll hit this top jig.
Yeah.
And I want that to get a good hook set. That baby is super sharp. Feel that thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to sink in right in the corner of their mouth. And you just grab your leader about a little over a foot up that leader line, basically in the middle of that 3-foot leader. You just double that line up again and you're going to tie another Palomar. Just pinch that line.
Yep.
Make you a loop. Put the jig back through the loop. Wet it. Just cinch it down nice and slow. Pull both ends. And boom. You're going to have you a bottom jig here, which weedless, so you can get that down in the rocks and woods. That one's going to stay up a little bit off the bottom.
Yeah.
And not snag up too much. And I'll show you what we're going to tip these things with.
All right.
This is a pork strip, and it stinks.
Oh yeah.
It smells like squid. I'm going to put that on that bottom, just nose hook it, just like that. That thing's going to be bouncing around out there. We're also going to cover this up with scent. It's going to be very smelly, very natural looking in the water.
How often do you reapply the scent?
About every 15 minutes I would put a new dab of scent on it. It's amazing what a factor that is on catching these things with artificials. If I was just out here with regular plastics out of the bag and they smell like plastic, I wouldn't catch half the fish that I do.
So it's essential, huh?
Yeah, you don't want your stuff smelling like plastic. It's just unnatural.
Right.
You want it smelling as just as tasty, morsel, tantalizing as possible. So now you got this creature, whatever they think it may be, some type of bait chasing another bait. You've also got that instinctive predatory, when a fish sees something chasing something else, it automatically wants a piece of the action. Even if it's not hungry, it's like, hey, I want in on that action.
Right.
I'm gonna get that thing. So boom. And what else is awesome about this system is you can catch about anything else that lives in this waterway.
All right.
Gar, bass, big drum, channel cats, flatheads, everything eats this system.
Nice.
So if the flatheads ain't biting, we can catch other stuff until they decide to bite.
All right.
So basically you're going to be out there in that tube, slow cruising those edges, and you're just going to let out 4 or 5 feet of line. And this is just going to be hanging. And you're going to be slow creeping in. Pop,
So
pop. You're just jigging. As you're working that edge, you're just pop, pop, drop. Pop, pop.
So you're not casting down?
You can cast and pitch, but a lot of my fish are just vertical jigging, just slow
Just
cruising.
sneaking up on them?
You're right on top of them. And man, when they hit, you will feel the jolt through your entire body. It is a boom, just a thunderous smash when they suck these in.
All right.
So,
well, there you have it, guys. Sensei Severns here, showing us how he does his...
a lot of artificials catch flatheads, but I would have to say this is my overall #1 rig on catching flatheads with artificials.
Well, we're going to go put it to the test. So we're going to finish gearing up and get on the water. And we'll get back to you here in a little bit.
Dad, go help Isaac. He's stuck.
that top minnow. There you go, buddy. Thank you. Yeah.
Look how good it looks like.
That's awesome, man. Can you see it real quick? Yeah. Like this, by the jaw, you hold them like that. You grab them by the gills right here, you're gonna burn his gills, and then he might not survive. So you grab him right there, support his body. Get a picture, you guys.
First official catch of the day.
Isaac just caught that nice channel cat. He was jigging a minnow, right?
Yeah, it was a minnow.
Yeah, two. It's right here below the water still. We got Keith in the background working his magic. You gonna go ahead and release him?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's put him back in.